The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
A most pleasant good afternoon to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena for the 2026 First State Showcase, presented jointly by University of Delaware Hockey and the American Collegiate Hockey Association. We kick things off with a meeting between the Stony Brook Seawolves and the Colorado State Rams. Stony Brook 10-8-2 on the season. Colorado State 12-5-4. Coming into this inaugural First State Showcase, a 3-day event on the campus of the University of Delaware, and we're delighted to bring all of it to you here on the Delaware Hockey Network and the 412. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box atop the stands at Fred Rust Arena. Home to University of Delaware hockey, the NCAA women in their first season of play. And, of course, the ACHA programs, which have been around for as long as the ACHA has been an entity. Without further ado, let's tee up today's game. Our line combinations brought to you by 412 Communications, building bridges between your brand and the people that your brand serves. Stony Brook, no strangers to Fred Rust Arena. They've had the better of Delaware this season. They're 10-8-2 coming into the first state showcase under the leadership of Coach Chris Garofalo. Stephen Reganato, native of Holbrook, New York, top netminder, getting the call again today. He's 9-7-2 on the year with a .382 goals against average and a save percentage of .903. On the offensive, William Cormanic and Paul DeSaro. The goal-scoring juggernauts on this team with 13 goals and 16 goals respectively. They've combined for 62 points on the year, and they'll start alongside Christian Malik, who's got 7 goals and 5 helpers from the left wing of that powerful, powerful top line. If Colorado State can shut down that top line, though, the productivity drops off quite a bit as we work down the depth chart. On the opposite side of the red line, Colorado State 12-5-4 under the leadership of Alex Letkovsky. Backstop today by Ethan Blackburn, 8-2-4 on the year with a .263 goals against average and a save percentage of .932. Native of Boulder, Colorado's handled the bulk of the net-minding responsibilities for Colorado State this year, who at 12-5-4 are ranked 25th in ACHA Men's Division I play. Mackay Mitchell, Connor Pietrangelo, and Riley Hunt-Bond. The starting forwards looking a little bit deeper down the page. Carrick Stevens encroaching on point-a-game territory. The Los Gatos, California native with 9 goals and 11 assists on the season, playing in all 21 Colorado State games. Angus Fritzen and Ty Doan will handle starting defensive duties, and it's worth noting the Colorado State special teams mighty strong. Their power play strikes 1 in every 4, give or take, so far this season, and a solid penalty killing unit as well, clocking at 85% on the year. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the 412 and on the Delaware Hockey Network. Welcome into the First State Showcase 2026. You're watching on the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302 466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
And welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Go time for the 2026 First State Showcase, featuring a half dozen American Collegiate Hockey Association teams from all across the United States. And we kick things off with a meeting between the Stony Brook Seawolves and the Colorado State Rams. And without further ado, we're going to take you inside the glass for tonight's starting lineups. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The first game of the 2026 First State Showcase will pit the Stony Brook University Seawolves against the Colorado State Rams. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Stony Brook Seawolves, coached by Chris Garofalo. Starting in goal from Holbrook, New York, number 29, Stephen Reginato. On defense, from Stony Brook, New York, number 44, Colin Wenrick. And from Rocky Mount, Virginia, number 73, Jackson Haskins. Starting at left wing from Long Island City, New York, number 11, Christian Malik. At right wing from Manorville, New York, number 91, Paul DeSaro. And at center from Ridgewood, New York, number 76, William Cormanick. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the designated home team, the Rams of Colorado State University, coached by Alex Letkovsky. Starting in goal from Boulder, Colorado, number 31, Ethan Blackburn. On defense from Centennial, Colorado, number 4, Ty Doan. And from Steamboat Springs, Colorado, number 3, Angus Frithson. At left wing, from Fort Collins, Colorado, number 27, Connor Pietrangelo. At right wing, from Centennial, Colorado, number 97, Riley Hunt Bond. And starting at center from Fort Collins, Colorado, number 8, Mackay Mitchell. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees John Poling and Charlie Van Kula, and linespeople Brent Kendall and Owen Doan. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those entrusted with the defense of this nation and the ideals upon which it was founded. with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And without further ado, it's time to get going for the First State Showcase 2026 from Fred Rust Arena. Stony Brook clad in those sharp new Navy kits of theirs, red helmets, red pants, moving left to right from our vantage point. Colorado State decked out in their home whites, green helmets, green pants, green numbers, moving right to left from our vantage point. Welcome one and all here on the Delaware Hockey Network, here on the 412, as we give this weekend's broadcasts a decided ACHA character. This event put on by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, and we're absolutely delighted to have all of you with us coast to coast across North America. And a quick stoppage as the puck is thrown in by the Seawolves and covered up by Ethan Blackburn. Just 16 seconds into the proceedings. Face-off coming to the right of Blackburn. Cormanic and Mitchell in to take the draw. Race for the puck near side. This is pushed clear by Ty Doan up the left wing boards. Recovered by DeSaro at his own blue line for the Seawolves. Malik picks it up. He walks it into Colorado State territory, but he's stood up just inside the line by Peter Angelo. DeSaro trying to drive his way behind the net, but Ty Doan beat him to the puck. It was held in opposite side. Holding the point was Wenrick for the Seawolves, but his shot was well off its intended line. And Peter Angelo, working up the left wing boards, could not gain the Stony Brook zone and maintain possession and control. Back this comes to Cromwell, thrown into neutral ice, swatted by Justin Nakagawa from over the Blue Hen logo at center. In behind the Colorado State goal. This puck is caromed out by Cromwell, picked up, and now walked forward by TJ Norris. Norris's shot from the top of the left circle was high into the back glass. Puck pushed out into neutral territory again up the far wall by Hyde. Here's a 2-on-2. Hyde, cross ice pass. Mara with the shot, but that was off its mark, and Mara's tied up now in the near corner by Schuckman in Rams white and green. Two-a-side battle for the puck developing here, a minute and a half into the first period of a scoreless hockey game in these early stages of the 2026 First State Showcase, and we're delighted to have each and every one of you here. Ryan Warner, our videographer here tonight. Matt Berman giving us an assist in the press box in the arena operations department. And our other crew of Mark McClure, Jordan Hirsch, and Trey Wright is bringing you John Carroll and Villanova, due to get going here in a couple minutes. Anastasio confronted at the top of the zone by Makozak, couldn't get a shot away. Sleds recovers for the Rams at center, and this is flipped in by Andor up the far wall. Foot race to a loose puck in the near corner, goes the way of the Seawolves, and this is turned by Ted Valenti back the other direction, but he couldn't stretch the puck ahead to Labos. It was recovered at the blue line by Bryson Perini for Colorado State, programmed as 24, but wearing 16 here this evening. Regalado from behind his own net recovers. And here come the Seawolves with a 3-on-3 attack. It's going to be called back offside. "17 minutes and 20 seconds to go in first period play. Face off just above the Colorado State blue line. And it goes the way of the Rams. Grasso could not backhand the puck clear. Now it's shoveled out by Von Felt. Turned back in, delayed offside, signaled by linesperson Brent Kendall, a native of Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, who now calls the Baltimore area home, along with fellow linesperson Owen Doan and referee John Poling. Charlie Van Kula rounds out this quartet of Baltimore and Philadelphia-based officials. Grasso beats two defenders, draws the penalty. And 3 minutes and 19 seconds in, we've got our first penalty of the game. Let's go to John Poling. A hook the call against Nakagawa. Three minutes and 19 seconds. Into the first period. Stony Brook on the penalty kill, where they're 71.9% on the season. Colorado State's power play working at a 23.6% strike rate. The Stony Brook penalty was assessed to number 73, Jackson Haskins. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 19 seconds of the first period. Jackson Haskins, 2 for hooking at 3:19. Initially thought it was Justin Nakagawa, but 73 on the back of that Stony Brook sweater, not 13. And Haskins feels 2 minutes of shame. Hunt Bond leads the re-entry for Colorado State, playing a hard carom shot out to the far side. Recovering the puck and absorbing a big hit was R.J. Sember before clearing the puck from his own line. Deep into Colorado State territory. Just over 4 minutes gone of the first period of a scoreless hockey game, and we have yet to see a shot on goal as Kowalski slows up Peter Angelo again. Net front feed on the doorstep was Von Felt, but his redirect chance was wide of the far post. Makozak floats the puck to his left, where it's carried through neutral territory by Andor. Nakagawa swarms him, and that'll force the Rams to have to reset. 25 to go in the man advantage. 5 minutes elapsed in the first period of a scoreless game. Aiden Von Felt works in up the middle of the Stony Brook zone, but he's slowed up by Joseph Anastasio. And once again, the Seawolves clear, certainly performing better than expected after their PK have only been successful 71.9% of the time in their first 20 games of the season. Haskins is back on. Stony Brook back to full strength. And unable to hold the point was Ty Doan. Cormanic muscles him all the way back. Mid-zone on the Colorado State side. But the Rams back check. Out sprints the Stony Brook attack. And the diagonal advancing pass to Feinberg enables him to dump the puck into the Stony Brook zone and get some fresh other legs on for Colorado State, avoiding the potential of an icing. Back the other way comes Matthew Anastasio. Stood up at the top of the left circle before he could get a shot away, but supporting him is Vernillo. Winding up and shooting was Peter Labos. That was on target, saved by Blackburn, hugging that far post to record his first save of the game, and it came 6 minutes into the first period. So a long feeling out period between these two sides. In a scoreless game, 5 o'clock start here on the East Coast, 3 o'clock for everyone joining us from Colorado State, and we've got a puck out of play. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Quick shot off the draw. A quick Blackburn save. And right back we come to his right for the resumption of play. Barely finding a way out was Perini, delayed offside against Stony Brook, giving Colorado State the opportunity to play the puck on. Nakagawa deep in his own end, unable to connect with Mara on the advancing pass, and this is recovered by Makozak. Across his own line to Perini. Perini sticked out of neutral territory, angles to the far boards, where he's steered behind the net by Wenrick and met in the near corner by Jackson Haskins playing the body on him. Peter Angelo tries to race down the puck far side and maintain this Colorado State momentum, but he's out-hustled and overpowered by Stony Brook's Robert Hyde. And up the near side comes Hyde, looking shot from the outside of the near circle, but it sails well off its intended line. 12:40 to go in the first period. 2 shots on goal, both from Seawolves, but we are yet scoreless as we approach midway in the first. Justin Nakagawa, the San Diegan, up the middle to Cormanic. Couldn't control the puck, belled high. Nakagawa recovers at the near half wall, but he's swarmed. Now a two-a-side battle developing just above the corner boards. Malik pitchforking away at the puck, trying to drive it free is Cromwell for Colorado State. And now Carrick Stevens shovels it loose. Recovered quickly by Malik. Walking in Cormanic. Couldn't beat 2 defenders, so he dishes the puck off to the far side. The shot from the corner, and Charles Poirier was off its mark. Circling back behind the net, Anastasio couldn't set up Cormanic on the welcome mat, and the Rams clear. 8 minutes and change gone of the first period of the scoreless hockey game. Poirier, the Quebecois, could not cleanly find DiNapoli. Race for the puck ends up behind the Colorado State goal, where Ty Doan failed to clear. Malik holding the point, or rather holding the corner. Plays the puck behind the net to Kowalski. This thrown net front. Unable to reach for it was DiNapoli, surrounded by a sea of white and green. Long shot from the point, and Valenti ricochets off the back glass. Frithson recovers. Angus Frithson gained that center red line before letting the puck go behind the Stony Brook cage. Perini. Legret. Here's Legret walking in, shot! On the doorstep was DiNapoli, but the rebound chance didn't materialize. After making the save was Blackburn. Another failed Ram breakout. Collins couldn't find Sleds. The Seawolves pounce. A dump and change for the boys in blue. And Christian Collins is trying to evade the forechecking pressure of Nate Legret. He turns the puck over in his own zone. Frithson protecting. Makozak off the cross-ice feed from Andor. Drops it back to Frithson again, who lofts the puck just over his own blue line. Labos tried to glove it down before center to no avail. And the Seawolves, Jackson Haskins sends the puck up the near boards. Back the length of the ice, but no icing on the part of the visiting team. halfway through a scoreless first period. Haskins found Vernillo. Trying to protect the point with Schuckman, nearly a giveaway in the neutral zone, but Labos controls the puck and he lowers the shoulder to steamroll his way into the Colorado State end. Haskins couldn't get stick on puck as Perini clears from deep in his own zone. And back to neutral ice we go, where Anastasio steps up, confronted by the other 21, Connor Schuckman, to send the puck deep into the Colorado State end once again. Not a particularly stop-and-go game, but both teams struggling to develop flow, struggling to generate chances. It's been a mighty defensive struggle so far, with only 2 shots on goal between these two sides. Pietrangelo off the cross-ice pass, bodied by Anastasio, drops it back to Hunt Bond on the doorstep. Ty Doan unable to finish. He turns and shoots this time from the top of the circle. That was on net and turned aside by Reganato. Coming back up ice, the Seawolves led by Paul DeSaro as the others change behind. Valenti fans on the puck at center. Pietrangelo turning and shooting. This one on net into the glove of Steven Reganato. And we've got a pause in play with 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first period. Let's see this again on the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. Puck brought down. Pietrangelo shooting. And Reganato with the glove save. It is indeed Friday night. As Reganato gloves another puck down, and the faceoff's going to come to his left with 8:04 to go in the first period. Arena DJ Matt Berman with the appropriate timing on his song selection there a couple stoppages ago. To do it right is an absolute art. Matt Berman, certainly among those who does it right. Likewise, our good friend Ryan Burgess up in Buffalo. And it's just amazing how much a well-timed, well-selected song adds to the atmosphere. Here as we kick off First State Showcase 2026. 7:15 to go in the first period. Shots 3-2 in favor of Colorado State. After that wave of action in front of Steven Reganato. Hudson DiNapoli from behind his own goal advances the puck to Legret. Smith at center. Works it the rest of the way down ice. Blackburn again. Steps out of the cage and plays the puck from behind his net. Up the near side where Doan was slowed up by Legret and unable to clear. 6.5 to go in the first. No score from Newark. Owen Doan says play was onside. Haskins trails back to recover. Smith just clears the zone, but faced resistance from Carrick Stevens. Stevens recovers just above his own line from Wenrick, but he just as soon as he got the puck, turned it over to Anastasio, whose long shot was blockered away by Ethan Blackburn to the far corner. So the shots are now 3 aside with 6 minutes to play in the first. Rondeau all by his lonesome, trailed into the zone by Schuckman. It was a 2-on-4 attack for Colorado State. Labos, net front feed. Vernillo couldn't get stick on puck for the point blank shot. Norris the other direction. Held his ground as he was bodied off the puck by Poirier. Seawolves accelerating through the neutral zone. Peter Labos up the right wing wall. Bodied off the puck. Vernillo leaves it to Malik. Hard shot from 35. Puck is loose in front. Vernillo, no! And this is covered by Blackburn. Now it comes out to the near corner after that rapid fire exchange deep in Colorado State territory. Anastasio, top of the slot, tries to shovel one in through traffic to no avail. It's blocked and directed to the near corner. Malik, top of the circle, unable to get a shot away. He's stripped of the puck by Schuckman, who into a 1-on-3 takes aim on Reganato. Shot from distance right into the glove of Steven Reganato for save number 4. And the Seawolves pull back in their own end with 4:40 to go in the first. Mitchell sees his shot stick checked offline by Valenti, and this goes over the glass and out of play in Stony Brook territory with 4:25 to go in the first. Mitchell and Cormanek take the near circle draw. Will Cormanek wins the face-off. Valenti, facing a physical forecheck, was unable to clear. Doan to Frithson. This is lofted just under the rafters to beyond center. Kowalski couldn't turn the momentum back from left to right from our vantage point. DeSaro takes a body from Doan in the neutral zone. This puck is shoveled by Simber into the far corner of the Colorado State end, where Mackay Mitchell recovers. Solid 200-foot player. 6 goals, 8 assists on the year. Starting at center today for the Rams, although doing the most of his work as a defenseman. Frithson tried to feed the puck to Sleds up the near wall. That puck through traffic. Icing waved off by Owen Doan. And here's Nakagawa leaving it across to Wenrick on the attack for Stony Brook. Wenrick steered to the far corner, got a shot away from the bottom half of the far circle. Pad save from Blackburn keeps it a scoreless game. We're inside the final 200 of a rapid-fire first period. Now the momentum starting to build both ways. Now the chances starting to develop. Nakagawa on the welcome mat, locked out by Ethan Blackburn. And we've got a pause with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first period. Watching this again on the 412 Communications instant replay. Mara with the net front setup to Justin Nakagawa, but Ethan Blackburn with the last word, freezing the puck for the stoppage aptly with 3:02 to go here in the first period. Cormanek picks up a loose puck at center. He tried to float it net front, but DeSaro was out-angled for the biscuit by Bryson Perini. Walking back in, Cormanek. He tried to set up on the doorstep Christian Malik, but the puck never made it to the far side for the backdoor setup. Here's Malik again. Trailed by Cormanek. Poirier protecting. He's angled to the far wall by Grasso. Poirier shooting. And another Blackburn save. .225 to go in the first period. Stony Brook leading in the shot column 9-4. But we are yet scoreless from Fred Rust Arena. Nakagawa in the far corner played the puck behind the net to Lorenzo Mara. Mara swarmed by Rudrow. Works this around the perimeter. This held in barely by the skate blade of Ted Valenti. but Rudrow recovers for the Rams. How's that for alliteration? Yet he fails to clear. Mara to Hyde, working in close. Hyde tries to backhand the puck into a congested slot, but it's taken away by Grasso and cleared. 1:45 to go in the first period of this 0-0 game. Puck just misses the rafters as it's lofted from blue line to blue line. Mara gives it away to Ty Doan. Haskins intercepts. His shot from the top of the right circle was blocked. Protecting the puck was Hyde for Stony Brook, trying to advance it to Hudson DiNapoli, cutting in toward the cage. Final minute 17 to go in the first period. Haskins winds up. This from just inside the blue line. Off the back glass. Race for the rebound at the near half wall. Not cleared out by Stevens, but it's brought back to center by Haskins, trying to set up a more deliberate attack. And instead, 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Trying to give his Stony Brook Seawolves the opportunity to get some fresh legs on the ice. .59 to go in the first. Face off right in front of us. And a long shot from the Rams, bringing play to a halt with 51 seconds to go in this opening frame. Matt Berman spinning the in excess. On that last stoppage. Matt's eclectic playlist can be heard all around the Philadelphia market. And we've got our second penalty of the game, this one going against Colorado State. As Peter Angelo is rung up for interference. With 43 seconds officially. To go in this first period, 42 and change on the board. So it goes down as 19-17. Colorado State penalty assessed to number 27, Connor Pietrangelo. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 17 seconds in the first period. Pietrangelo, 2 for interference at 19-17. So a Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities at desportsmed.com. 10 to go in this opening frame. Seawolves will have a plenty long man advantage to kick off the second, as that last shot from DeSaro right on target into the glove of Ethan Blackburn with 2 seconds to go in opening period play. Reginato is going to stay put in his net as this final draw for the opening period ends up fruitless for the Seawolves. The score at the end of 20 minutes. Stony Brook Seawolves 0, Colorado State 0. Back after the intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Norm Borg, thank you, and thank you to all of you joining us coast to coast across North America and worldwide, wherever you may be, for the 2026 ACHA First State Showcase. Nothing to show for the first 20 minutes. Both teams a bit slow into stride and a long feeling out period to get this game going. Connor Pietrangelo with one of the few top quality chances for Colorado State, but Stony Brook Steven Regalado holding his ground with 7 saves on all 7 shots faced. The other way, Ethan Blackburn stopping an even dozen, including a flurry of activity late in the period. And we're going to get this second period started with the Stony Brook Seawolves up a man for 1 minute and 18 seconds. That interference penalty assessed to Connor Pietrangelo. Carrying over to the start of the second as Owen Doan gets ready to drop the puck. Cormanic and Collins in for the opening faceoff. Will Cormanic, leading scorer for the Stony Brook Seawolves with 13 goals and 19 assists. Winning the draw and working up the right wing boards, Lorenzo Mara. Gains the Colorado State line, but he's checked off the puck by Mitchell in the far corner. And just as quickly, Ty Doan launches it clear end to end. Regalado 7 for 7 of the save department through the first 20. This is Paul DeSaro into a 2-on-2 together with Nakagawa, but he's steered to the far wall. He couldn't cleanly find Poirier at the point. Race for a loose puck, picked up by Collins 1-on-1. He's got support, but Norris off the centering pass, couldn't control the puck. He chases it down to the near corner where he's met by a trio of Seawolves, and DeSaro walks back up the left wing wall into Colorado State territory. He tries to get some space from Mitchell, skating a tight circle. DeSaro getting the puck back from Poirier. This is swatted into the near corner. Recovered by DeSaro, left for Cormanic, who's got time and space, but plenty of Rams at his way, blocking his passing lanes. Cormanic behind the cage. DeSaro couldn't find the back of the net on the welcome mat. He was just wide off the approach. Mara fakes the one-timer, body down by Morris in the slot. Collins recovers for Colorado State. He stick handles to center, and the Rams are back to full strength as Pietrangelo steps right back on. That long shot from Josh Rudrow was just wide of Reganado's office. Charles Poirier in the near corner, working behind his own net now. Leaves the puck for Haskins, but this goes up into the far stands here at Fred Rust Arena. And out of play. 18-19 to go in the second period. Face-off coming to Reganato's right. In the NHL, that's delay of game against the defensive zone team. But here in the ACHA, defensive zone face-off, but the offending team unable to change. This is an icing against the Seawolves. A minute 50 behind us in the first period. And other First State Showcase action, Villanova and John Carroll University 0-0 through one period. And on tap tonight, the host team, the University of Delaware Blue Hens, will take on Grand Canyon University. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific. Opening puck drop here at Fred Rust Arena. Shooting from in close was Carrick Stevens. Denied by Reganato. Stevens body down, trying to field the rebound, and this is pushed clear by Peter Labos. For the Seawolves. Failed clear by Frithson, kept in by DiNapoli. Haskins couldn't hold the zone, and this is going to come back offside. Face off just above the blue line with 2:39 behind us in the second period. Looking for that elusive first goal after a fruitless first 20. Charles, or rather Legret, muscles his way to the near wall. He plays the puck behind the net to DiNapoli. The shot from the far side off the stick of Ted Valenti was well off its mark. Valenti protecting the puck, swarmed by a host of Rams, and this is cleared off a Colorado State stick over the glass and out of play. Face off to the left of Blackburn. Again, a bit of a slow start. We've seen shots both ways, but none on net as of yet. Words are hard, friends. Trying to push the puck free was Perini. This one thrown in from distance and shot into the glove of Ethan Blackburn. Draw coming to his right with 16:28 to go here in second period action. Mara and Mitchell taking the near circle draw. Trying to center was Hyde. Off the face-off win, he's driven to the near wall by Cromwell. Mara protecting. Hyde to Mara with a little more space from the dot. Now he's steered behind the cage by Rudrow and trying to swat the puck out of harm's way. Ethan Blackburn lunged to his right. This is recovered by Josh Rudrow for Colorado State. Advanced now by Riley Hunt-Bond. Long shot, made it on net. Smothered by Reganato for a break in play. 4 minutes into the second. And we're still scoreless in the First State. Scoreless all around, Villanova and John Carroll. 0-0 through 20. We're 0-0 here through 24 and change. Cromwell protecting center, foiled the Stony Brook breakout attempt. Seawolves will try again with Poirier throwing the puck up ice DeSaro unable to reel it in. Rudrow back in his own slot. Works the puck from left to right again. And here come the Rams on the offensive. Mitchell shoots from the corner. High and wide that chance. Ricochets off the corner glass and caroms all the way back behind the goal line. Oh, I don't know. This is going to be called an icing. We're going to take another look at it here. With 15:23 to go in this second period. No, and that's going to come back to center, rightfully so. As that puck was off a Colorado State shot, it caromed off the corner glass and was never touched by a Stony Brook player. So good on Messrs. Van Kool, Poling, Doan, and Kendall getting together and making sure they get it right. Hyde chases down the puck in the far corner. It was played there by Nakagawa. Mara double-teamed. Leaves us high. Justin Nakagawa faked the shot. He takes aim from just above the dot. Squaring up for it. Blackburn up with save number 14. Nakagawa getting his own rebound. Wenrick opens fire from the top of the circle, and a lunging save from Ethan Blackburn keeps the Seawolves scoreless. Let's see this again on the 412 Communications instant replay. Certainly worth another look as the Seawolves start to build some momentum in the Ram zone. Colin Wenrick off the drop pass. Opens fire from 35. But Blackburn with the last word here with 14:48 to go in the second period of a scoreless test between the Seawolves and the Rams. Kicking off the 2026 ACHA First State Showcase. Icing waved off as the Rams clear. Wenrick and Haskins working behind their own goal. Perini holds the point. Shooting in close was Aiden Von Felt. No, said Reganato. Perini back to his own line, recovering for the Rams. Grasso couldn't reel in the puck at the blue line. It's played back the other way by Haskins off his backhand. Puck skitters to the far corner. Wenrick out hustled by Makozak, who kicks the puck behind the cage to the near corner. There, Grasso was out hustled for the vulcanized rubber by Jackson Haskins, and back come the Seawolves on the offensive. Makozak played the body on Legret to force the turnover, and now the Rams coming in numbers, but that 3-on-2 odd man rush disintegrated just inside the line. Mackay Mitchell was stripped of the puck. This is Vernillo up the left wing boards. Hassled by Rudrow, again forcing the turnover. Mackay Mitchell back the other direction. Mitchell hugging the near wall, tried to pinch his way past Dylan Kowalski, but got slowed up at the blue line. Just under 7 minutes behind us in the second period of a 0-0 hockey game from the First State. Cromwell with the dump and partial change. Pietrangelo protecting in the far corner, hassled by Valenti. Seawolves recover in their own zone. Kowalski cleared. Matthew Anastasio tipped the puck as far as the Colorado State blue line, but now the Seawolves again working up ice. This studied by Anastasio. He's bodied down right at the stripe, trailed in by Vernillo, who got the puck in deep, and that will enable the Seawolves to get some fresh legs onto their own with 12.5 to go in the second period. Poirier gets one on net from distance. And another glove save by Blackburn brings play to a halt with 12:28 to go here in the middle frame in Delaware. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast like you see right now to social, print to digital, copywriting, editing, web design, and more. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com today, and let's talk about how to get you noticed. Streaming solutions, graphics. If you want to step up your presentation game, we at the 412 are all the happier to help. DeSaro off the faceoff, lined up from 35 feet, but his shot was blocked. This is cleared by Schuckman off the near glass. Poirier brings the puck back down at center. Doan up the right wing boards. Poirier foils another failed stretch pass. Net front was DeSaro off a broken play, unable to get past Ethan Blackburn, who recorded save number 17, and that's one we'll definitely take a look at again at the next stoppage. Poirier turns the puck over to Schuckman, just holding the line. DeSaro poke checks it away from him, and Joseph Anastasio, deep in the Stony Brook zone, recovers. Malik across to Cormanek. Cormanek bobs and weaves through traffic, couldn't get one on net as he was pressured by Doan as he ran out of real estate. This covered up by Blackburn, and we've got a pause in play with 11:24 to go in the second period of a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. There, that broken play is Paul DeSaro, all by his lonesome net front. Could not get past Ethan Blackburn, who's been a perfect 17 for 17 in the save department, fresh off the flight in from Denver. This errant shot goes up into the netting and out. Face off again to the left of Blackburn. And the Rams control. Von Felt clears the zone. Under pressure, he found Stevens. Sure to gain the red line before the dump in. Reganado out of the cage steadies. We're coming up on halfway from Fred Rust Arena. A 9-game weekend here in Delaware, featuring Stony Brook, Colorado State, Villanova, John Carroll, Grand Canyon, and of course the host Delaware Blue Hens, who will be up in the 8 o'clock game, 5 o'clock Pacific. Von Felt wound up from 35. Shot from the top of the near circle. Skips into the Reganado glove for another break and play. Mitchell in for the draw. Across from R.J. Sember for the Seawolves. Kowalski cleared. Cromwell out-hustled Legret for the puck, and Legret couldn't intercept it in the high slot. So Pietrangelo works this up ice again for the Rams. Halfway through on the button. No score from Delaware. Cooper Smith floats the puck beyond Cromwell into the far corner of the Colorado State zone, where it was chased down by Rudrow and caromed clear. Hunt, Bond, and Legret meet in the near corner of the Stony Brook end. Legret wins the battle, and R.J. Sember advances the puck to Smith into traffic right at the Colorado State blue line. This is going to come back in icing with 9 minutes and 29 seconds to go in middle period action. Of course, in ACHA play, on icings and the beginnings of penalties, The non-offending team is given the option of which side they would like to take the face-off from. William Cormanick opting for the right circle draw with 9.5 to go. Got a quick shot from high in the zone. Looked like it was Anastasio. Sailed just off its mark. Shots are 18-10 in favor of Stony Brook at this juncture. But Ethan Blackburn and Steven Reganado, the headline makers to this point, stopping every piece of vulcanized rubber sent their way. Malik's shot from the right point skipped just wide. Malik crosses over to the near wall. He plays the body on Collins. And he foils that Colorado State clearing attempt. Peter Angelo gets rid of the puck far side. Although that clear was stick-checked a bit slow, and that ends up working to the disadvantage of the Seawolves as there was no icing on the exchange. Malik to Labos to DeSaro. Slot feed sailed beyond the reach of Labos, and this is cleared by Collins back beyond center. Sleds ran into a host of Seawolves and proved unable to advance the puck further. This is taken away by Anastasio. Steered behind the net, but quickly recovered. Doan from the left point. Off the setup from Andor. Sees his shot go high and wide. Sleds gives way again. This recovered by the Seawolves and now walked up ice by Joseph Anastasio. He's bodied by Sleds into the Colorado State bench. They get tangled up. Ultimately, they retreat. No further disruption caused by them behind the play. And the Rams clear the zone. Huge hit laid on Vernillo right at the blue line. Forces the turnover. And the Rams back on the offensive with 7:40 to go in the second period. Slowed up by the line as this shot is stick-checked up into the netting and out of play. Face-off coming to the right of Steven Reganado, 10 for 10. So far in the save column this afternoon turned evening. Perini makes it an 11th Colorado State shot, sticked away by Reganado. Better puck movement for the Rams here in the second period when they're able to establish an offensive presence. Net front, give and go, wrap around, score! Lorenzo Mara lights the lamp for Stony Brook. Potting his 6th of the season, and the Seawolves draw first blood. Here it comes again. A give and go for Lorenzo Mara. Justin Nakagawa with the helper. Coming 12 minutes and 44 seconds into the second period. And there you see it, it's a 1-0 game. Stony Brook Seawolves goal. 6th of the season, scored by number 16, Lorenzo Mara. Assisted by number 13, Justin Nakagawa. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 42 seconds in the second period. Mara's 6th from Nakagawa at 12:42 in the second period. So it's the Seawolves who strike first. And they keep the pressure on off the attacking zone face-off win. This chance from Anastasio is deflected up into the netting and out of play. We'll do it again. But the face-off now migrates to the far circle. Fresh legs all round. with 6:29 to go. Here in the second period. Thumbs up from linesperson Brent Kendall to the off-ice officials upstairs, picking up the assist on that goal. Malik with a drop pass, and the shot from DeSaro, robbed by Blackburn. We'll give that another look too. As DeSaro ripped one from the top of the slot. But again, Ethan Blackburn with the last word. Puck out of play with 6 minutes to go. In the second period. Again, Seawolves with the 1-0 lead over Colorado State. Three-game slates for all 6 teams participating in the First State Showcase this weekend, and we'll give you a look at them round about the beginning of the third period. So you can plan your weekend watch parties as you will, to follow your Seawolves and your Rams or whoever else piques your interest at the First State Showcase. Valenti clears. He connected with Legret just above the blue line, but he was sandwiched between a pair of Colorado State defensemen who foiled that zone entry just above the Rams stripe. 5:10 to go in the second period of a 1-0 hockey game. Andor walking in, shots high, over the glass, into the back netting, and out of action. .505 to go in this middle frame of action. Stony Brook with a 1-0 lead, thanks to Lorenzo Mara's 6th goal of the season. Cromwell could not clear. Wenrick from the point. Anastasio's skip pass through the slot intended for Labos was broken up. Vernillo pressure gets this net front. Matt Anastasio didn't have room to cross over to his forehand. Anastasio Vernillo, the cross slot pass recipient, kicks this back to Wenrick, taking aim from the point. Puck was loose in front after Blackburn got some leather on it. And play is halted as the Colorado State net is knocked off its moorings with 4:25 to go here in the second. Be sure to follow the 412 on social media, Facebook, X, and Instagram. All at 412 Comms. Building bridges between brands and the people they serve. Labos' shot was into net front traffic, couldn't find the net. Vernillo recovers in neutral ice, but he gives the puck away to Grasso, who walks in up the right wing boards to try to set up a Colorado State counterattack. Labos the other way, heads a 2-on-2 for Stony Brook, but a sweep check from Cromwell knocks the puck out of his control. Anastasio couldn't hold at center point. And this will be called offside against the Seawolves on the failed re-entry. And it's worse than that, friends. As Matt Anastasio is ruled off for roughing, 16-13. Into the second period. And Colorado State strike on the man advantage. To tie this game up, one aside, it was Ryan Andor. Connecting just 4 seconds in to the power play. Here it comes again. Andor walking in off the draw. Potting his 8th of the year. To level the score, one aside. So 3:10 to go. Here in the second period. And we've got the particulars to report to you on that Colorado State goal, Andor's 8th. The power play equalizer. Erasing what lead the Seawolves had in what's been a defensive struggle both ways. Colorado State power play goal, 8th of the season, scored by number 23, Ryan Andor. Assisted by number 6, Christian Collins. Time of the power play goal, 16 minutes, 17 seconds in the second period. Andor's 8th from Collins at 16:17. Prior to the Colorado State power play goal, Stony Brook penalty assessed to number 96, Matthew Anastasio, 2 minutes for roughing. The time of that penalty was 16 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period. Anastasio, 2 for roughing. That was at 16:13 in the second. Now we're down to the final 2:15 of middle period play. And the face-off will come to the left of Steven Reganato, who stopped 13 of 14. Collins and Cormanic. In for the near circle draw deep in Stony Brook territory. Working the puck forward was Schuckman, but Norris didn't have room to get a quality shot away. Icing waved off by Owen Doan on that long Stony Brook clear. Norris behind his own net to Rudrow near side. Minute 50 to go. In the second period, diagonal pass to Collins was broken up by Valenti in the neutral zone. Back near side this comes. Schuckman looking for space. Driven back into his own end. Cromwell leaves this to Rudrow. A failed clear as Kowalski intercepts the puck just over the blue line. Tesaro tries to muscle his way out of traffic to no avail. Cromwell pokes the puck free again for Colorado State. Collins can't float it forward to Norris. It's cut off by Ted Valenti and sent back up ice. Cormanic foiled on the 2-on-1 attempt as Rudrow lunges to keep the puck in neutral ice with 65 seconds to go here in the second period. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Colorado State evening the score thanks to Ryan Andor's 8th of the season. Carrick Stevens checked off his feet in the near corner, separated from the puck by Wenrick. Here's Mara racing up the left wing boards, 2-on-2 slowed up. Now the reinforcements in, winding up from the point was Haskins. Puck ricochets off the backboards, picked up by Hyde. Nakagawa, cross ice feed. Haskins walking the line, shooting. This one skips wide of the near post. Nakagawa to Wenrick again. Final 17. Long shot was blocked. Ty Doan sacrificing there to keep it 1-1. And a 2-on-2 for Colorado State develops as what's likely the last play of the period. No, not the case, as they fail to hold the line. Hyde works this up ice, and a goal the other way from Lorenzo Mara, his second, with a final 4 seconds to go in the second period. Makes it a 2-1 hockey game. Stony Brook reclaiming the lead. Watching it again, it was Robert Hyde with the takeaway. And Mara, despite being tripped on his way into the cage, gaining the goal and giving Stony Brook the advantage once again. Stony Brook goal, 7th of the season, 2nd of the game, scored by number 16, Lorenzo Mara. Assisted by number 88, Robert Hyde. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 55 seconds in the second period. Mara's 7th from Hyde. It was Mara's 2nd of the game as well at 19:55 in the second period. The score at the end of 2 periods, Stony Brook Seawolves 2, Colorado State Rams 1. We'll be back after the intermission here on the Delaware Hockey Network in the 412.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. First State Showcase 2026. The inaugural edition of this event here at Fred Rust Arena, and through 40, Stony Brook have a 2-1 lead over Colorado State in the first game of this 9-game weekend from the University of Delaware Ice Arenas. Lorenzo Mara had his name all over that second period, accounting for both Stony Brook goals. That first one at 12:42, a give and go with Justin Nakagawa. But Ryan Andor leveled the score for Colorado State with a net front put away. 4 seconds into Colorado State's lone second period power play. So a 1-1 game, bringing us to the closing seconds of the second period, where Mara, despite being tripped, connected for his 7th goal of the season to give Stony Brook a 2-1 lead as we prepare to start the third period. Puck is down from Brent Kendall, and off we go. If you're just joining us here on the 4-1-2, sweater colors for this game, Stony Brook and Navy, moving left to right from our vantage point. Colorado State in their home whites, green helmets and pants, moving right to left. Christian Collins tried to jam the puck past Regalado, but he was stonewalled. The secondary shot from the opposite side, wide of the lunging Steven Regalado, trying to scramble back into position, but ultimately it proved a moot point. So Mara in that second period, assisted the first time round by Nakagawa and by Robert Hyde on the second occasion. Christian Collins, who had an A-grade chance to tie it up for Colorado State on that first wave of the third period, had the helper on Ryan Andor and his 8th goal of the season. Here's Carrick Stevens leading a 2-on-2 up the right side. Drop pass to Von Felt. Shot was bothered by Robert Hyde and ultimately sailed wide of Regalado, who has stopped 14 of 15 shots to this point of the hockey game. Stevens centering feed. Grasso couldn't control the puck in the mid-slot. He tips it to the far corner where Von Felt was canceled out. 2-on-1 for the Wolves if they hurry. The shot from Hyde was into the pads of Ethan Blackburn, and the follow-up from Nakagawa near side off the rebound, rang off the post. Blackburn covers up, and we've got a pause in play. Looking at the schedules for the remainder of the week, tomorrow, Colorado State will take on the Wildcats of Villanova, who are currently up 3-0 over John Carroll through 40 minutes. 2 o'clock Mountain Time that game. And then on Sunday, they'll take on the Delaware Blue Hens in the finale of the First State Showcase. Again, a 2 o'clock Mountain Time start for the Rams on Sunday against Delaware. Stony Brook back in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern, taking on Grand Canyon University. They're up next here at Fred Rust against Delaware. And then on Sunday, it will be Stony Brook's turn to face Villanova. Game time, 1 o'clock Eastern, from Gold Arena, the original home of University of Delaware Blue Hens hockey, where through 40 minutes so far, Villanova is up 3-0 over John Carroll. Schuckman takes aim from the left half wall after carrying the puck in over the Stony Brook line. His shot sticked away easily by Regalado, and Malik pushes this clear. Two minutes and 20 seconds behind us. The third period of a 2-1 hockey game. Stony Brook the advantage. Norris found himself outnumbered. He gave way to Valenti. This is cleared by Kowalski, who heads off for a change to Sorrow, plastered to the near glass by Doan, kept on ticking. Here's Valenti shooting from 40 feet. That was right into the breadbasket of Ethan Blackburn and directed to the far side. Blackburn with his 24th save of the afternoon turned evening. Valenti just above the line. Lofts the puck into the far corner of the Colorado State zone. And that enables a partial changing of the guard for Chris Garofalo's Seawolves, who 3 minutes into the third period are nursing a 2-1 advantage. Haskins at center with the dump in. Race for the puck in the far corner. Sees Cooper Smith get a stick on it, but Tydone gains control for the Rams, and he leaves this off to Frithson. Puck thrown through traffic, and this is going to come back in icing with 16:37 to go in regulation. Face-off will stay far side. Brent Kendall joined by Mac Feinberg and Peter Labos for this attacking zone draw for the Seawolves. Long shot from the point came from Anthony Vernillo. It was wide, and ultimately Blackburn covers the puck to freeze play 3.5 into the third. Ryan Warner stepping in on videography duty for us tonight here on the Fred Rust Arena broadcast. First day on the job, and friends, he's doing all right. Matt Berman with us as well, our co-executive producer Molly Jo Rose, and our assistant producers are Broadway Joe Sindoni and Trey Wright. Trey currently on videography duty on the other rink, working with technical director Mark McClure and commentator Jordan Hirsch. We've expanded the crew here for First State Showcase Weekend to make sure that all of you joining us wherever you may be can take in all 9 games this weekend from the University of Delaware free of charge on the Delaware Hockey Network and the 412. Again, be sure to follow the 412 on social media, 412 Comms on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And be sure as well to subscribe to the 412 Communications YouTube channel for broadcast notifications and game day updates delivered right to your device of choice. Riley Hunt Bond slowed up at the Stony Brook blue line. Here comes Hyde the other way. Peter Angelo keeps him pinned to the perimeter of the zone, plays the body on him in the near corner. This taken away, looking for the hat trick was Lorenzo Mara, but his shot was wide, and no goal here, says John Poling. Poling says no goal, and we're going to look at it again. Here with 15:29 to go in the third period. Looked from here as though the net had been dislodged behind Blackburn. And because the imminent scoring chance had ended, the continuation rule no longer is in effect. And as such, we've got the stoppage in play. And the resumption with an attacking zone faceoff for the Seawolves. By Poling's estimation, that imminent scoring chance was no more. So with the dislodged net, he blew play dead. And Blackburn gloves one down here with 15:03 to go to give us another chance to catch our breath. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Delaware Sports Medicine, big supporter of youth, scholastic, and collegiate hockey all throughout the Delaware Valley. Schuckman took aim from the blue line. Reganado says no, sir. And we on this side of the press box just absolutely agog over how eclectic the Matt Berman playlist is in the arena. If you don't like what you hear, well, friends, that's a you problem. One-timer from Stevens, blocked. Cormanek muscles the puck back to neutral ice, where Carrick Stevens gathers it back in for Colorado State. Frithson leaves it to Doan. Stretch pass well beyond the reach of Robert Grasso. Controlled by Haskins behind the Stony Brook goal. And he lobs this up the left wall. Batted back from center by Cromwell into Stony Brook territory, where Renrick pulls back and will try to set up a more deliberate attack to no avail. We see a high stick signal from Charlie Van Kula with 14:15 to go in the third period, and this is a high stick on the puck. Against Colorado State. One of those instances where high stick on the puck and high sticking a player have the same signal. And Von Felt's going to get waved out of the circle. Stevens in to take his place. So what flavor of high stick is it? This turns out to be a high stick illegally playing the puck. And it's going to force Colorado State to have to methodically march their way back up ice. They do exactly that. Stevens floats one into the slot, but this pass was intercepted by Robert Hyde. Hyde with the assist on Mara's second goal. Pyle drives his way into the near corner of the Colorado State zone. Anastasio, net front, tried to feed back to Nakagawa holding the point. That pass was intercepted by Stevens. Advanced to Grasso, outnumbered in the Stony Brook zone. Joe Anastasio again. Foiled at center. Nakagawa to Poirier. Thrown off the back glass from center. And Blackburn freezes this puck to force the stoppage with 13 minutes and 23 seconds to go in a 2-1 hockey game. Mac Feinberg taking the draw across from DiNapoli. To the right of his netminder, Ethan Blackburn, who stopped 27 of 29 shots. To this point in the contest, Villanova's made it 4-0 against John Carroll over at Gold Arena. So the Wildcats dominating the Blue Streaks. And Andor looking for the equalizer again. Fires a cross-ice pass intended for Makozak, but broken up. Legret with a slapper after DiNapoli bobbled the puck in the slot. Couldn't find the cage. Legret tries to play it back to Kowalski, but this puck rolls all the way back into the Stony Brook zone where Reganado steadies. And we found our way through 7.5 minutes of the third period. Another broken pass and a dislodged net as the back-checking Anthony Vernillo crashes into Regalado and dislodges the iron behind him. Pressure indeed. The situation facing Colorado State as time is starting to run short for them here in this first game of the First State Showcase. Under 12 minutes to go. Vernillo clears, icing is waved off. Frithson played the puck ahead to Peter Angelo. It was sticked up in the atmosphere by Vernillo off that carom forward. And the Seawolves gain control in the neutral zone. Anastasio off the float forward from Wenrick dumps the puck into the Colorado State zone, and it's pushed right back to center. Wenrick again launches it in from center red. Doan gloves the puck down, and he weaves it through traffic deep into the Stony Brook end, where Colin Wenrick, there he is again. He's been all over his own zone. He's been all over the neutral zone. Volleying the puck back and forth across the Colorado State blue line, and here protecting on the defense. Oh my goodness, that was nearly costly. Wenrick again protecting. Vernillo fires a cross-ice pass that hit Malik in the skate and was directed into the far corner of the Colorado State zone, where Mitchell finds himself surrounded by a pair of Stony Brook forecheckers, manages to clear the other 8. Charles Poirier, the Quebecois, floats the puck back in from center, and Mackay Mitchell pulls back behind his own goal with 10.5 minutes to go in the third period, and his Colorado State Rams trailing again. It was 1-0 Stony Brook, then it was 1 aside. Lorenzo Mara gave Stony Brook the lead again in the final 5 seconds of the second period, and it's been 2-1 ever since. Coming up next on the 4-1-2, Delaware versus Grand Canyon. Game time 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Here on the 4-1-2, and we're delighted to be bringing you the entirety of the inaugural First State Showcase here on the Delaware Hockey Network and the 4-1-2 all weekend long, free of charge to you, wherever you may be. Von Felt with a drive close-up. Denied by Regalado. Here's Von Felt again. Backhand! Stick checked up into the back netting and out of play. Two A-grade chances for Aiden Von Felt. One right into Reganado's pads. Here the pass into the mid-slot, and that backhand chance sailed way up into the netting. To bring play to a halt, effectively right at the midpoint of the third. So despite the slow start, 4! It's turned into a pretty entertaining hockey game. Burst of activity through the second period. And here after that, puck over the glass in the Stony Brook zone. A prime opportunity awaits Colorado State to level the score once again. Feinberg and Mara converge. 9:41 to go. Stony Brook with a 2-1 lead over Colorado State, and they emerge from their own zone, led by Lorenzo Mara up the right wing boards. He's got both Seawolf goals tonight. Frithson to Sleds. Ragdoll just over the line by Mara. Coming back the other way, Hyde to Mara. He drops the puck back to Ted Valenti coming in from the right point. He works in deep. The net front feed to Hyde, and the redirect was off its line. This held in from the point by Dylan Kowalski. Feinberg recovers. He's sure to gain the center line before floating the puck back in behind the Stony Brook goal. Enough to avoid the icing, but not enough to get more than a couple pairs of fresh legs on as we work to the final 8 minutes and 42 seconds from Fred Rust Arena. Puck over the glass and out. Well, the face-off's going to come right in front of us. So we get our graphics recalibrated at 8:45 officially to go here in regulation. Mitchell holding the point. Gets the puck in low. Trying to work it close was Collins. This frozen by Regginato for a pause. Face-off moves 45 feet to our left. And the Rams maintain control. Hunt Bond to Collins, back to Hunt Bond. Pietrangelo camping out net front. Penalty coming up, and this is going to be against Stony Brook. A cross check against the Seawolves with 8:13. to go in the contest. And Colorado State with, as Mike Lang would say, the turkey on the table to try to tie this game up. Stony Brook penalty assessed to number 44, Colin Wenrick. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 47 seconds in the third period. Wenrick 2 for cross-checking at 11:47. Christian Collins back at his own line. Huntbon, Grasso, Stevens, and Mitchell complete the quintet of power play attackers for the Rams, trailing one with 7.5 to go. Stevens across ice. Huntbon slaps one toward the net. It skips through the low slot. Holding the point is Mackay Mitchell. Stevens gets the puck back from Collins. Swarmed near side by Smith. Huntbon winds up. Collins off the rebound, couldn't connect after Regginato made the initial save. Regginato lost his paddle. Shot was blocked off the stick of Huntbon. And the whistle of Charlie Van Kula brings play to a halt as the Stony Brook net is dislodged. Another look at it there, the Collins rebound putback chance. Ultimately foiled by Regginato, who's saved 20 of 21 so far. His Seawolves down a man for the next 46 seconds, though, as we've entered the final 7 minutes of this contest. Makozak to Pietrangelo. Shot was deflected high. Fritzson pulls back in his own zone. Advancing pass up the near boards of Von Felt. Net front tip. Andor picked up his own rebound after Regginato slammed the door on him. So the Rams trying to catch Stony Brook amidst a change. Unable to connect for the equalizer. Inside 6:15 to go, and Wenrick is back out. Nakagawa floats the puck in toward the cage under pressure from Fritzson. Trying to walk in was Cormanic, who's been held pretty quiet here on opening day of the First State Showcase. Nary a point for the leading offensive producer for the Seawolves so far this year. Labos couldn't cleanly find Nakagawa over the blue line. This is returned deep into Stony Brook territory by Mitchell. Haskins fails to clear. Andor, the goal scorer for Colorado State, breaking up that breakout attempt. Second time works out, but with no recipient down ice. Mackay Mitchell has time and space to pull back behind his own goal. Here's the forechecking pressure from Anastasio. Playing the body on Mitchell, nearly forcing the giveaway. Sleds to Norris. Back it comes to Sleds in the far corner. TJ Norris working behind the net, swarmed by Kowalski. Drop pass to Fritzson. Ran out of space, couldn't make anything happen with plenty of traffic in front of him. Inside the final 5 minutes. Delayed penalty coming up against Stony Brook. And this is controlled by Vernillo to bring play to a halt. A cross-check the call against the Seawolves with 4:47 to go. Colorado State's going to take a timeout, and so are we here on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident
Timeout,
can be
Colorado
overwhelming.
State.
The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
And welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Colorado State on the power play. 4:47 to go. And Stony Brook clinging to a perilously thin 2-1 advantage. Quick change off the D-zone draw. And the Seawolves cleared. Riley Hunt-Bond just overshot Stevens on the breakout attempt. Puck thrown in by Joey Anastasio. And again, a changing of the guard for Stony Brook. Welcome to the final 4:12. Carrick Stevens off his backhand plays the puck back up the wall to Collins, but he was swarmed by Nakagawa. Haskins failed to clear. Hunt-Bond keeps the zone airtight at the left point for Colorado State. Andor gives way. Oh my goodness! Nakagawa with a rocket that bounced off the glass in the Stony Brook penalty box. Nearly friendly fire as Matt Anastasio caught completely unaware. Whew. And we're not too far away from that Stony Brook penalty box either. 3:52 to go. Stony Brook's killed off the first minute of the Anastasio cross-check. A drive coming from Mackay Mitchell into the Regalado glove to bring play to a pause once again with 3:41 to go in regulation. Face-off far side, centering pass off the stick of Mitchell was steered behind the net. As Kowalski and Labos man the slot for Stony Brook on the defensive. 200 seconds to go. Peter Labos ran out of time to try to Michigan one past Blackburn. Mackay Mitchell feeds this ahead to Stevens. Stevens swarmed by Mara, connected with Ryan Andor. And Colorado State have tied up the game, striking on the power play with 3:02 to go to make it 2-all. Andor again. Off the setup from Stevens. Making Stony Brook pay on the power play once again. So Stony Brook again giving up a 1-goal lead. And Ryan Andor connecting for his 9th of the year, this time from Stevens. Colorado State power play goal, 9th of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 23, Ryan Andor. Assisted by number 28, Carrick Stevens. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 58 seconds. In the third period, Andor's 9th second of the game from Stevens at 16:58, a power play goal. And with 2:07 remaining, a Delaware Sports Medicine power play will await Stony Brook, who will take their timeout. Colorado State penalty assessed to number 4, Ty Doan. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 53 seconds. In the third period, Doan 2 for tripping at 17 minutes, 53 seconds. In the third period, timeout, Stony Brook. So the Seawolves now with the advantage on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play coming up. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities at desportsmed.com. Truly a back and forth affair from here at Fred Rust Arena. Mara scores, Andor counters. Mara scores, Andor counters. And now William Cormanick in for the draw across from Collins. And off we go for what proves and what promises to be a thrilling stretch drive to kick off the first state showcase. Cormanick working the right corner to Nakagawa, across the line, Poirier to Sorrow, tries to shoot from the top of the circle. His shot was blocked by Mackay Mitchell, and just clearing over the blue line was Collins. Final 100 in regulation in this 2-2 hockey game. Poirier drops the puck off to Mara, floated in over the line. Nakagawa steers it back to DeSaro. DeSaro, Justin Nakagawa, cross-lot feed, and the shot coming from Lorenzo Mara was blocked. Rams clear and hustle to get some fresh legs on. DeSaro trying to catch the Rams amidst a change. Barrels his way toward the net. He was steered behind it. Delayed penalty coming up. Nakagawa, shot blocked. And the whistle sounds with 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Another one making their way to the sin bin for Colorado State. The call, too many players on the ice. So in the midst of the change, confusion at the Colorado State bench, opening the door for a 5-on-3 for the Seawolves. A costly miscommunication there by the Rams. Mac Feinberg serving the penalty. And again, we're in the final minute of regulation. Colorado State penalty, bench minor. Too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes even in the third period. Colorado State bench minor, too many players on the ice at 19 minutes. Mara from point blank range couldn't put a finishing touch on the hat trick. DeSaro's shot. Gloved down by Ethan Blackburn, who stood on his head quite a bit here in this contest, saving 30 of 32 Stony Brook shots. 29 and a fifth to go. Here from Fred Rust Arena. In an eventful and entertaining hockey game. Wenrick to DeSaro. DeSaro, Nakagawa tries to pick his corner. He floats one to Cormanek. A drive from DeSaro. A go-ahead goal for the Stony Brook Seawolves. They strike on the 5-on-3 with just 14 seconds to go. It's 3-2 Seawolves. Here it is again on the 4-1-2 Communications Instant Replay. It was DeSaro from Cormanek on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play to give the Seawolves a late game lead. And now Blackburn is heading off in favor of an extra Colorado State attacker. Stony Brook goal. 17th of the season, scored by number 91, Paul DeSaro. Assisted by number 76, William Cormanek. And number 13, Justin Nakagawa. Time of the power play goal, 19 minutes, 45 seconds in the third period. DeSaro's 17th from Cormanek and Nakagawa. At 19:45, a power play goal. Today's final score: Stony Brook Seawolves 3, Colorado State Rams 2. Final shots on goal: Stony Brook 33, Colorado State 21. Fans, it is time for the 3 stars of the game. Brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. in nearby Claymont, Delaware. The number 3 star of the game with 2 goals for Colorado State, number 23, Ryan Andor. The number 2 star of the game, with 2 goals for Stony Brook, number 16, Lorenzo Mara. And the number 1 star of the game, potting the game-winning power play goal for the Stony Brook Seawolves, number 91, Paul DeSaro. So 1 game down for the 2026 First State Showcase here at the University of Delaware, and 1 for the ages to kick things off. A pair of goals from Lorenzo Mara for Stony Brook, a pair for Ryan Andor for Colorado State, and Paul DeSaro putting a bow on a Stony Brook 3-2 win over the Rams in game number 1. For Ryan Warner, for Matt Berman, for Broadway Joe, for MJR, for Trey, for Eli, for Mark McClure, for everybody behind the scenes, James Witherite saying thank you for your company. Up next, Delaware and Grand Canyon at 8 p.m. on the East Coast.